Now to continue with the discussion here in studio, remember we have the Women Rep for Kakamega County, Honorable Elsie, talking about her journey, how things have been so far, and if so far you have learned she was a teacher, an entrepreneur, a campus mom for that matter. So for all my young ladies who have children, you're still in campus, that shouldn't hold you back from going for whatever you want to go through to achieve in life. And even now, before we move on to when you jumped into your career, now that you mentioned, you are a campus mom, how did you navigate that phase of your life? Studying, being taking care of a child, you're a mother. How was that phase of life?
I think because actually I got married when I was in first year. So I was a day scholar. I used to go to campus and come back, so I had to do the balancing act. But it also comes to you that I must work harder. So you even find that you perform better than people who think that they
when
have
you have no other responsibilities.
So I used to come back in the evening, breastfeed my child and continue. And
you made it.
Yes, I did.
Look at you now.
Yes, my son says, "Oh, mom, you are a campus child."
You can even joke about it right now.
Oh, yes.
All right. So now we were at where you had you were in your entrepreneurial phase. So much had happened. You had lost so much money doing some business with your family. You decided to close shop, and now people are wondering, okay, from entrepreneurship, how did you get into politics? Now let's just try and understand how that transition happened after you had lost, some money from the factory that you had chosen to set up with your brothers. That didn't go as planned. So did you continue with the entrepreneurial journey, or you took a step back to reevaluate how you want your journey to continue?
Thank you, Amboi. I think when the factory didn't work, I really want to appreciate a friend of mine called Njuguna, because he met me and he said, "Look here, this is not the end of the world."
You were very low at that time.
I was very down. In fact, I was feeling depressive because I'd lost a lot of money. But he told me, "Look at me. I have a sick child at home, but you see me smiling all the time." And then he also told me that in life you must count your blessings. Look at you. You've done well in export. You have a family. You have children. He said, "Let's write down all the blessings." And I'll tell you, Wamboi, I came out smiling. I came out of it. And after that, I went back to my export, my exporting handicrafts. But what happened is that I know Governor Oparanya of Kakamega. The governor appointed me the Commissioner of Poverty Eradication.
How did that come to happen?
What happened is that to be appointed in 2010, what actually brought that was that there was an election in Ikolomani, a by-election between that time the bullfighter and Shinali. Shinali that time, the way we change parties. That time he was in ODM and the bullfighter, I think, was standing in PNU. So Shinali is an uncle to my partner in business. That time we were doing export with her. So when the by-election was there, I got interested in going just to see.
So you went back home?
I went home because of my friend to help her in politics. And when I went there is when I met Governor Oparanya. I met the political world in that particular by-election. Yes. So that is when the governor asked me, "What did you study?" And I said, "I did economics." And he said, "But you can be a commissioner." And I said, "Yes." So that is how I think also it shows you that, when you go out, don't lock yourself in the house. Go out.
Interact
meet
with people.
You never know what you'll get. Yeah, so he appointed me, because that time he was the Minister of Planning, as a Commissioner of Poverty Eradication. And that is now the time I went to the rural area, because Wamboi, I used to live in Nairobi.
That meant you now had to relocate?
No, it's, we had programs to go and see groups that had been funded in this program. So the program I was given particularly Western region. So that is when the reality dawned on me that yes, I'm in Nairobi, yes, I'm in my comfort zone, but my brothers and sisters are hurting in the village. Actually, that realization came because as I went slowly in the villages, I saw the poverty level was so high. I was faced with all the problems that I saw in the village. I saw a lot of pregnancy, early pregnancy, gender-based violence. I became to reality with what was in the village, because before that, you know, when we live in Nairobi, you probably just go home for Christmas.
And straight to your home.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or to attend some funeral, a function, and come back. But now, when I saw that, Wamboi, I got interested and said, what can I do to this? How can I do to help my own people? Because I said it could be me who could be there, because I met my old schoolmates there and I saw
some
their
of them
life
were in those conditions.
Very bad conditions.
Okay.
So that's when I got interested in doing something. That is when 2013 I vied, and also I went to seek counsel of the governor, because now, you know, he was a minister, and he told me, if you will be among the first people to go down devolution, you will stand a chance, because MCA positions are coming. This is the new system. So I went. My friend also went. The lady we were doing business. She became a honorable member of county assembly that time. But me, I didn't make it. I was the second.
You vied for MCA or women rep?
I vied for women rep in 2013, but I was the second. I came second. And I want to thank the governor because he gave me a chance. You know, let me tell you, Wamboi, kuanguka hii siasa, you feel like the world has come to an end. But he picked me up and gave me the seat of county. Executive. I was a minister of health, in the county of Kakamega. So that also gave me more opportunity
to continue interacting with the people.
Yes.
And working for your county.
Yes.
Now, looking at, you know, just the fact that, you know, you had gotten to that point, you know, moving from teaching to entrepreneurship, you left entrepreneurship and went into leadership. All through that journey, you have been in different phases of different career phases for that matter. What would you say were some of the guiding principles that helped you stay true to whatever you were doing at the different phases in your life?
What I can say, first of all, is that the guiding thing is that never give up. Even if you fall, it is not the end of the world.
Yes.
Keep your eye focused on the ball. That is one thing that I can say. And I say that anybody, set your goal and work towards achieving that goal. And also I'll say that something guiding is that consult a lot. In life, before you do anything, consult. Talk to not one person, talk to quite a number of people, get opinions of the different people, and also work hard. Yes. Nothing comes easy. Because when I used to do this handicraft, I could set up an exhibition the whole night. I'm setting up, putting things here and there. So you must work hard to get anything that you are doing. And also you must have objectives and goals and work plans.
Don't just work because you have to work
all over like this.
Yeah.
Yes. So, but also something guiding Wamboi, you must also take risks. If you don't take risks in life, you will never get anywhere. And I think politicians are the highest risk takers, because we sell our property to campaign, but we don't even know whether you'll make it, but we take that risk. And I want even to thank the UN. There's a time they gave us a session as women, you know, before we went for politics, and prepared us that when you go into politics, you might win, you might lose. So sell what you know that it will not pain you, because they told us at that time we had even women in the wards because they have lost. Yeah, so that really helped me in 2013. So I went into politics knowing that even if it is not that it is a must, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, yes, you aim to win.
You want it, but if you don't get it, it's still okay. Life still has to move on.
Yes, women, we can still, we have to go on, and we pick ourselves up.
Yes.
And we work again. And I think with that, God will bless you.
We will bless the work of your hands.
Yes.
And also, as you were going through these different phases, you finally got into this political arena and you were doing what you were hoping to do.
Yes.
You still needed a team to encourage you, some mentors to guide you along the journey.
Yes.
Tell us a bit about, the role of mentorship in your political career, especially given that now you're in the limelight. So many people look up to you and expect so much from you.
Yes, in my career now, like in Parliament, I talk a lot
Yes.
to the MPs who've been there. I ask them because Wamboi, when I go back to my phone, I have more than 50 calls coming.
Yes.
Coming from my electorate. And of course, when I was campaigning, I told them I'll do this and that. And you find that you cannot quite manage all that. So I talked to those who are before me, and they have told me the guiding principle is that work for your people.
Work for your people.
Work for your people. So you find that for me, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I'm in Nairobi. But Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I go back to the village.
Yes.
Because those are my electorate. Those are the ones who voted for me. And when I'm there, I like to listen to them. I make a lot of calls. I make calls to people of all levels just to know. You have heard the story of the king was naked and he didn't know that he's naked. So it is good to consult at all levels. Even huyo mama mboga, as you buy the orange, sometimes I stand na nawauliza woman rep ni nani, then I know this place I'm not known, this place I'm known. You can learn a lot because sometimes people can they might not tell you the truth. So I always learn that consult different groups. Yes. Listen to all of them and be a servant.
Be a servant leader,
yes.
Not a boss.
Not a boss, because the carpet might come out of that, you don't know, and you've lost it. So it is good to be a good listener.
Yes.
Yes.
And even as you were in office, you did come to a new position. So much is expected of you, and it also comes with its fair share of challenges.
Yes.
As a women rep, maybe you could say, maybe you could tell us a bit about some of the challenges that you have been encountering and what solutions you feel could help along the journey to ease the burden, especially for the women, because I understand you're very big on women empowerment back home. Tell us a bit about some of the challenges that you have seen as so many women are going through, and even you as a women rep have encountered in office.
Thanks. First of all, when I became a woman rep, I did mapping of my county just to know the problems. The first problem is that Kakamega, the poverty levels are very high. We are very high on poverty levels. We are also very high on pregnancy rate. We actually number 2 early pregnancy, children, girls coming out of school. We are also very high on gender-based violence. There's a lot of that. We are also very high on rape cases. We are equally very high on poverty. There's a lot of poverty. There are a lot of people who cannot even meet their medical obligations. So as a woman rep, I have some programs that are supporting that. On early pregnancy, I have a program called Tumaini Scholars. I take them back to school. I have taken back about 150 cases in Kakamega County of girls who got pregnant in Form 2, Form 1, Class 8. So I've taken them back to school. And also I have another program taking them to NITA for training, because some can now go and use their hands maybe in saloons. That has been girls and also the youth. And also another program, it's women empowerment and a bit of youth. I'm a mother.
Yes.
So another program I've seen is the Boda Boda on the part of the youth. I have trained them, 600 of them. Last year, I'll train 600 next year, so that they can have licenses. And I've also started a SACCO, which is Kakamega County Maendeleo SACCO. This SACCO is meant to empower the people of Kakamega. In this circle, I have success stories. I have some members who have now taken money and bought matatus. We have members who have bought posho meals. We have members who have increased their stock.
Yes.
And the product that I have, which is selling so well, is the Boda Boda loan. I realized that there are many people giving loans in Kakamega to the youth, but they were giving at high rates. But me, as the woman rep, I've started the Boda Boda loan, which is cheaper, and it comes with a comprehensive insurance and a tracker. And we started it in April, and Wamboi, the demand is so high, I cannot even meet the demand of those who want the
take
Boda
up this
Boda,
opportunity,
because our costs are less, and once they finish paying, they give a deposit of 15,000, and we return the 15,000. And equally, I have done something in food security. We have very many poor people. I took 50 people per ward. I have 60 wards. You know, Kakamega is big.
Very big.
So 3,000 farmers, I gave a bag of maize, small bag of maize, fertilizer, and top dressing. And it is a success story, because I have seen them, very poor people. Actually, I took the very poor, the challenged, to give that, the fertilizer. And the success story is that some of them have harvested even 6 bags, 7 bags. So that is something on reducing the poverty. And equally, I have done some housing units for the poor people in Kakamega. So those are some of the programs.
Yeah.
And the challenges that I've had are that when I deal with these people of gender-based violence, or the rape cases, you find that the courts are too slow.
The case tends to
the
pile
case
up.
tends to pile up, and in the process, because of the poverty, you find now even the victims are saying we are not continuing with the case. They want to finish it on the ground. You find that sometimes even the chiefs and the administration, they interfere with this. So you find that there is no justice that has happened in such cases.
In the long run, yeah.
Yes. And also the big challenge that I have as I do my programs, I also have even boreholes that I dig. You find that Kakamega has about 2 million people. Affirmative action is very high, but you find that the funds that I get as a woman rep are not enough to meet all these demands. Like now, I have taken 150 girls back to school, but I would like to do more than that. But the funds are limiting. I would like to train more Boda Boda, but I cannot because of the funds. I have even approached the gender office here because I wish they can build for me a gender-based violence center in Kakamega. We have even talked about maybe it should be in all over the country, in every county, we should have a gender-based violence center, because we have these people, you know, when the case is happening, we could bring them here, because, you know, they go back home, and when they go back, they are threatened, they are frightened. So you find that nothing really
gets done.
So I wish my challenges actually are finances to be able to do this. That is why sometimes you hear Wamboi, they are saying that our women reps are hawafanyi kitu. I think part of it is because of finance. There is not enough finance to help. Like in Kakamega County, I have more than 6,000 women groups who need help. But when I give them, last year I gave 600 groups funding, but you find I need to help more. So you find when you leave the others, you might be seen like you are not working, but it's because you don't have enough
funding to help with all the projects that you may wish to.
Yes.
All right. So, and you know, even in regards to, maybe at this point you can also just maybe speak to the government in itself when it comes to funding, the allocation of funds, especially for the women rep position. We're in a new financial year, still the same. What more do you feel needs to be done to just empower the women rep more? Because, you know, you're considered Mama wa County. Everybody comes to you with their problems. Boys, girls, mothers, everybody comes to you with their problems.
I think it's a shame, because sometimes the Wamboi, I hear them say that they want to scrape away this seat.
Position, yeah.
But I think where the society is now, Wamboi, the seat of women rep is very important. Because when you look at an MP, the MP's role is to do maybe classrooms, to do roads, to do security, but there is nothing about society. You know, the lady like me has to do affirmative action. And Wamboi, you know how our world is right now. There's so many problems. The society is cracking. And this can only be done by the women rep. A lot of counseling needs to be done. So when they say that they want to scrape the seat of the women rep, it's very unfortunate, because this is the seat that will improve everything. You see now, even us as women reps, we have been made patrons of the sanitary towel. But unfortunately, the funding of the sanitary towels is not with the women rep. 2018, 2019, no school in Kenya received sanitary towels. So you see, as women, it's good that we are here, because now at least we are an eye-opener. We can tell people that this is what is happening.
Yes.
This is 2019, 2020 budget also, we don't have sanitary. And yet, like last year, funds were given, but the sanitary was not bought. So those are some of the challenges. We even wish this money of the sanitary would be put to the office of the women rep directly to manage it, because first of all, it was in education, it didn't really work. It went to gender, it didn't work. And now everybody knows Mama County is supposed to bring the sanitary, you see. And yet we have no control of those funds.
Yes. So more needs to be done when it comes to how these funds are even allocated, because even with the other funding for the county projects, you don't get it directly.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. The county projects, women rep gets NGAF. We get it through our NGAF. We actually given 7 million per constituency for all those activities, education, women empowerment, all the programs that you want to do. And in the 7 million, I think what comes to the woman rep is 6 million, because the other one stays for administration and other, while the MP gets 130 for CDF. You see, so the women rep has a lot of expectations. I'll tell you another day, Wamboi, I woke up at my house and a lady came. She had gotten her 2 children. They were just like that, the way they were born. And she said, Mama County, nitafanya namna gani? So those are some of the challenges, that just the way they were, you see. So they expect so much as well as Mama County, what you can do for your people.
For your people.
Yes.
And of course, there's much more you can do, but of course, we need an enabling environment to make sure that happens. And also, but it's not always doom and gloom. And you know, there's so many women who look up to you and they feel inspired. For those women who are maybe looking to go for leadership positions, for political positions, what will be your advice to them?
I want to tell women to come up. Because even now in Kenya, we know that through the constitution, we needed 2/3 gender, but this has not happened actually. So I want to encourage many women to come up. It is not impossible. And even Wamboi, I've seen those who have been working with you, they have come. We have Wamushomba, we have Sabina Chege, we have the other lady from Meru. So what I'm saying is that women, let's get up. Let us come into leadership. We are very few and we need to be more, because we are the backbone of the society. Yes.
So they need to rise to the occasion.
They need to rise. Don't be afraid. Nothing is impossible.
Yes.
Yes. I was a teacher and I came from there and here I am. So I think it is possible.
Anything is possible.
Yes.
As long as you set your mind to it.
Yes. And you work towards it.
Now, another category of the society that is going through so much is the youth. And you're also very big on youth empowerment, but also when it comes to rising to the occasion and, you know, we as the parents playing the role of building the next generation of young leaders. What more do you feel we need to do, especially when it comes to empowering our youth?
I feel parents, we have become too busy for the youth. You know, I was giving you the example of my home setup, and gladly all my family, everybody's working. We thank God, and because of their upbringing. But I feel that as a society, as a family, we have left everything, some of it to the teachers, and some who are not even role models. You know, some even rape children.
Yeah.
It's not like the teachers of before. So I feel that it is time we go back to the drawing board. It is time that parents, we take a bigger role in our children. And I don't know, Wamboi, what we are going to do about these mobile phones. I really don't know.
They're good and bad.
Oh, they have a lot of bad to our children.
Yes.
You saw this, I don't know whether you saw it, you know, these social media things go around.
Yes.
Somebody was cracking all the phones of the children. Because you see, I even had a case where a 10-year-old was Googling sex for 10-year-olds. You see, they Google on those phones, and this is really affecting society. Back down home, where there is no mobile phone, you have a lot of illicit brew, you have a lot of disco matanga in the village. So society has to come back to the systems that were before. And also before, Wamboi, you were not just the child of your parents. You were for the community. Any member of the community was allowed to discipline a child. But now, you know, if somebody touches your child,
it's a problem.
It is a problem. So we need to go back, really, as leaders, as the churches. And you know very well now, even some churches, some leaders in churches now are in scandals. It's not like before. But we need, as leaders, as the church, everybody in this society to come together. Otherwise, our society is
going
cracking
down the drain.
Yes.
All right. Now, also when it comes to the opportunities that are available, you know, you are doing the much that you can. The government is doing the much that it can. But when it comes to the youth and the women and, you know, marginalized groups, stepping up to the occasion and not expecting everything to be given to them. Do you feel we are doing enough of that when it comes to the youth and women and marginalized groups, as opposed to just waiting for all this opportunity and crying foul that, you know, we're not getting this, hafanyi, and yet we're not stepping up to the table and putting in effort as well?
Yes, I feel actually right now, just the way I'm saying, the youth, the direction, we need more direction so that the youth also can feel that they should also come up themselves, you know. And some of it, Wamboi, comes from the upbringing. You know, the way we have brought them up
will determine how they turn up in life.
Yes, it determines how now the child feels, well, I can get free things and all that. So this, I don't know how we are going to work onto this so that our youth, you know, can be motivated. They can feel, yes, I can go out. Yes, I can go and work. We need a lot of inspirational talks.
Yes.
We need a lot to be done in the society, Wamboi.
We all have a role to play.
Yes.
All right. Before we get to bring the conversation to a close, you know, when you just look back at your life journey from, you know, the early days, growing up, very big family, very loving family, moved on, went to campus, got your family, started teaching, entrepreneurship, politics. What do you want your legacy to be when you will be leaving office, when you're done with politics and you're moving on to the next phase of life? What would you like the people of Kakamega to remember you for?
Thank you, Wamboi. I just hope that I can leave Kakamega a better Kakamega. I wish that I can do something for this poverty level, so that they can remember me as mama mwenye alilete miradi, mama mwenye alilete, you know, the women I want to see the society changed. I want them to remember me for that circle, that Kakamega circle, going ahead and helping my people, and even the boda to remember me as one who has made them get employment, so that they are their own sonkos. They don't, they are not employed by sonkos. So I wish I can be remembered for changing the youth
that you brought,
and also those girls that I've taken back to school. I want to look up and even see one becoming Mama County, so that she can remember that, yes, this is my life, and this was my life, and this is where I am.
Despite the challenges.
Yes.
And also I'd like for you to just take a minute to just, let's start with the youth. Your
Yes.
advice to the youth when it comes to just living to the best that of their abilities, working hard, taking risks. You are a very big risk taker, you know, back in your days, you still are. So maybe we can just look into that camera over there and advise our youth, and we get to address even the different other categories.
To the youth in Kenya, we are looking up to you as the youth, and I want you as Mama County to know that yes, you can.
Yes,
just
you
the
can.
way Obama said, yes, you can. And I want you as the youth to look at your elders, to respect your leaders, because your leaders know more, and also to have a goal. And I always say, to achieve great things, you must dream. And you must not only dream, but you must act. So it is time for you youth to act and put your life together. And I promise, as Mama County, I will support you where I can.
Where you can.
Yes.
Now, to our young girls and our women out there, you know, we're still in a very patriarchal society, but times are changing and they need to keep up with the changes. Your advice to our young girls and our women?
To our young girls, maybe you are in a situation, maybe you got pregnant early. That is not the end of the world. Pick yourself up, go back to school. I have so many cases, even MPs here, I talk to them. Some of them got pregnant when they were in Form 1, but they picked themselves up. So what I say is that stumbling is not falling. Wake up, put your life in place, and the society right now has a lot of opportunities. We have the Youth Fund, we have the Women Fund, we have many ways. If you work hard,
Yes.
for sure, I do not see any door closing for anybody who has a dream and who works hard.
So work hard, and for sure,
Yes.
opportunity will
Yes.
present itself.
Yes.
And also, we cannot wind the conversation up before talking to our fathers.
Yes.
We always talk of we're in a very patriarchal society, and sometimes we tend to pay more attention on the women, and you know, we sort of forget our men. But also, your word of advice to our men out there when it comes to supporting our women, and not, you know, we're also living in a time where they say we're living in a fatherless generation. Maybe you could just take a minute and talk to them about that here.
Okay, to our fathers, we appreciate you. You support us. I want to say that help also the women in bringing up the children, because sometimes fathers feel that the role of bringing up children is just for mothers. So support us in bringing up children. And also to the fathers, I want to say that kindly, for those who don't respect women, kindly respect women. Also, this thing of gender-based violence,
Yes.
this thing of raping, I'm praying that it can go down. You know, you find that it reaches somewhere. You find even some women rep saying, now let us remove the transformer. You know, when they get annoyed with what the fathers do sometimes. We are saying that we want to look at a Kenya where fathers are more loving, where fathers are helping to bring up the children, where fathers are supporting the youth. You know, when a mother alone is supporting the child, it is not easy. You know, children want the father figure for support.
All right, so be present, fathers,
Yes.
and, you know, be part of your child's journey through life. And before we wind up, I have one SMS here. Hajati Jide Banasima, thank you so much for the work that you are doing, especially with agriculture down in Kakamega, to help women become more independent.
Yes.
So somebody does appreciate the work that you're doing.
Thanks.
And also, let me quickly just refresh this one. Remember, the hashtag is Good Morning Kenya at KBC Television is our official station handle. My handle is a genuine boy, and our SMS line 201 20154. We just quickly want to sample some of your feedback that we have received in regards to these discussions, that Mama County can be able to answer them, you know, any questions that you may felt we haven't addressed them during this discussion. She may be able to address them, and she's best positioned to do so. Somebody here is saying I know a young girl who, you know, got pregnant young, but she didn't manage to get back to school. How can you assist that still in Kakamega? Maybe in regards to, you had mentioned you had taken at least 150 girls back to school. Maybe for future purposes, how can they be able to get in touch with you so they can be able to get such opportunities?
Thank you very much. In Kakamega, we have our offices in Kakamega. And this particular one, can you get in touch with our office? Our office is in Mwalimu Center, on the 4th floor. So if they can come to our office, we will be more than willing to help them. Or if they can also get themselves, but that one is really hard to get into Parliament. You know, there's a lot of process. It is not easy, but it is easier to get to our office. And we can help. I'll gladly want to help such a child.
All right. So you can get in touch with the county offices. You'll be able to assist, especially if you're in Kakamega County, because they didn't leave a name or a location. So we can't really know where you are watching us from. So thank you so much for being with us this morning. We absolutely appreciate that you made time to be with us. You know, we do hope after you hear such stories from some of our women leaders, you understand that they're human. They also go through the same challenges that we go through. And just because you are going through something in life as a woman, you can overcome that and achieve more than you actually thought you could. We have been speaking with Honorable Elsie Muhanda, who is the Women Rep for Kakamega County. Thank you so much for being with us. Maybe what will be your parting shot to our viewers?
Thank you for finding time to listen to me, and I want to thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk to the viewers. And I will be back.
She will be
back. So that we can share more.
All right.
I think I'll look at your views and then I can work on some of them.
Fantastic. Thank you very much once again. That is our Women at the Forefront segment, all about empowering our young girls and letting them know that don't let your challenges of right now define who you are and your future. We have more of Good Morning Kenya coming due, so keep talking to us. Remember, Doreen Narangi is on location. We will be checking in with her in not too long to see the situation on her end. But in the meantime, the hashtag to use on Twitter is Good Morning Kenya. My handle is Ajin Wamboi. My colleagues at Ramaguko and at Doreen Narangi are the social media handles. SMS line 20154. I can see Ram on the other side of the studio. I don't know, Ram, is there anything you'd like to say to our Women Rep before she gets to call it a day here in the studio?
I am inspired and motivated as a man. And I feel, just as she has said, that let the men support our women, let the men respect the women. And I am moved and motivated. I love her story, you know, how she went through her journey, you know, even through the system of education, as she started, you know, doing, she was at Eastleigh High School. I also was at Eastleigh High School for a while. So but not learning per se.
All right.
Not learning. We had our church that was based at Eastleigh High School some 10, 15 years ago. But thank you very much, Mheshimiwa. Your story has inspired so many Kenyans, including me as a man.
Thank you.
Oh, that is very nice to hear from you, Ram. Apo makofi kwako. All right, but in the meantime, that is Ram's phone falling. We do hope.
That is my phone, and my screen, I think it was broken.
We hope it's intact. We hope it's intact. But you will be letting us know the situation here in studio on the roads in not too long. So keep talking to us. The hashtag is Good Morning Kenya. Do stay with us. We'll see you after this break.